All right. So we back. All right. You done your suspension. How do you feel? Let's go to two questions. One, how does your body feel? I think getting that question out the way first. How does your body feel?
My body feels good. I have circulation.
Okay.
I don't feel sore, hurt, nothing unusual.
Okay.
Even like I can still like the rope is off me, but I can still feel it. If
Okay.
that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. That's funny. You're like, oh. So here we go. It's a bird, everybody. For the people, it's a bird, right?
It landed perfectly.
It landed like. So what's funny about that is, okay, moving here and then kind of being more in tune with things, I start to kind of pay attention to more things. And so I'm at work one day this week, and there was a guy there, photographer, and he's photographing birds, and he's so excited. He's like, oh, all the birds. I'm like, birds all over the place. But they're not all over the place if you're not from here.
Right.
And so that moment when that bird flew by, it was like, my bird's always here. Yeah, but I'm not always here, right?
Right.
And so that was awesome. That I think that kind of goes into the whole moment. It's like, even before things were flying around, your attention wasn't on those things. Now it's like that bird. It's like, oh, what's that?
So I noticed before we started there were 2 fireflies
Okay.
flying in the pool. There's been a lot of wildlife throughout the session.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I like birds, butterflies. I
Okay.
think those are like symbols and signs.
Okay. Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the dragonfly is such a powerful predator, right? It's such a powerful predator because it really eats any other bugs that fly, right? And so they say that you want to get rid of bugs in certain places, you put like a little thing, like a firefly, and it scares them away. Right?
Okay.
I think that's important that that's something you notice when you first started, right? It's like, look at that. It's like, oh, look at that. But even more importantly, it's like on like a cosmic level, right? It could be, if we're going to place a meaning on that's something you notice. It's like the universe coming in saying, hey, I'm gonna send a little protector around for you. So these little annoying things, even though we swatting bugs and stuff, like even though those annoying things are around, I'm going to at least do my part as the universe to let you know, hey, you're protected, right? Or you're looked after, right? And so I think why that's important is because, especially in kink, we have a lot of things we say, is this a safe space? And so what I began to start saying to people is that I can no longer always offer you a safe space. What I can do is focus on making the spaces that we're in more secure.
Okay.
Right? And so that's kind of like the universe saying, this is a little bit more secure. Right?
Yeah.
Now, the second question, how do you feel?
I feel blissful.
Okay.
I feel really relaxed.
Okay.
Almost like a baby.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
Like
You know why that makes sense now?
Why?
How did you want to feel when you started?
I wanted to feel cared for, special, taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so one of the words that stuck out to me is like, I want to feel coddled, right? And so it's awesome that on the back end, okay, she say, hey, I didn't feel coddled. She's like, I feel like a baby. Like, I feel like, right.
That's how I feel all inside.
Okay, right. That's awesome, right? So, is this what you thought it would be? This is it.
This is nothing like
Okay.
I thought it would be.
Okay.
Like,
In a good or bad way?
it's in a good way.
Okay.
Because you'll have your ideas of what you think something
Okay.
is going to be, and I think the longer that we work together, the more comfortable I become with like showing you my personality and
Right.
being silly and laughing.
Okay.
And, like different from the consultation on the phone where we're serious and we're talking about stuff, but now I feel more open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Okay, so let's look backward. If you can go back in time and talk to yourself, knowing what you know at this very moment, what are some things, and knowing how you felt before, what are some things that you would tell yourself?
If I'm going to experience this again, or
let's say you can travel back in time and then you could speak to yourself. What are some things you would tell yourself, let's say, a week ago?
you should have done this sooner.
Okay.
maybe you should not have waited as long.
Okay.
Or thinking about, you know, the reasons of why I waited to, you know, be respectful for the family. And nothing that we did was inappropriate.
Right.
And so I would tell myself, do this sooner, do it as often as I'd like.
Okay.
And not ask for permission.
Okay. And that's a, okay, I want to use, I don't want to overuse the word, but that's a powerful thing. That's like, you've said that often, like how you ask for permission to do some things. You're like, I should ask for permission. I should
just do it.
Right.
Just do what you want to do.
Okay.
As long as you're not hurting yourself or anybody else.
Right.
Do what you want to do.
Okay. And I think that's an important message, right? Like, once again, you're entering into a new, you won't realize how important it is, how like monumental or life-changing being 40 years until somewhere around 43.
Okay.
You're gonna like, man, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Or like those moments where it's like, something. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna say what I want.
Hey, I look good. I feel good. Yeah. Or, so for me, I'll tell you, one of the things I had to do, even as I approached 50, I would be having conversations with my children and the kids I raised and all those things. And so they would be talking, and we would inevitably get around to a point where we're talking about like modern technology and what the times are. And so I would say to them like, man, if I was your age, I would be doing this. But then I stopped myself and saying, but you your age right now, and you can still do it, right? And so it's those powerful moments is like, I can do it. I can still do these things. Yeah, I can't be 25 again, okay? But I'm 52, and if I can go back to 25, I could say, hey, you should do this not because you're going to win at this, is because you're able to survive if you don't. And I think for me, kind of to hearing what you're saying, like the asking for permission, I remember those days and times back in my life where I'm asking for permission and not doing it because I'm not sure. And I look back and say, the reason I wasn't sure was because I wasn't sure if I would survive that thing. And then I went through some things that was like you said, I could have did that shit. I could have did that shit. I may not be better off. I damn sure would be different off.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah. I'm dropping some gems. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll be on my own. I'll be on. Yeah.
You dropping gems earlier. Had my eyes crying.
No. But but okay, that's a good thing, right? We didn't know that was going. I didn't know you was gonna cry, and now it's like once you start, it ran down. Nah. I don't know what these other people be doing. Yeah. Okay, we ain't having sex. I'm gonna see something. Shit. I'm gonna talk you through something. I'm gonna talk. Say your name. Shit. Ain't nobody around. Nobody gonna say nothing. Nobody gonna judge you. Fuck them if they do, right? They can, right? And so I'm gonna let you talk about that though. Why was that? Why?
You were affirming for me. Okay, so many things. Just throughout the session, just you affirming what I look like, you describing me in ways that no one has ever described me out loud before in life. I've never been considered long.
Right.
People don't typically tell me I'm pretty.
Right.
They're always, oh my God, you're so cute, you're so little.
Right.
Even when we got to the point where you like undoing the rope and letting go of the fear and the anxiety and the tears came because there are a lot of things that I deal with that no one would ever know.
Right.
Because you don't see it.
Right.
I tell people all the time, you don't see the pain that I am. You can't.
You can't, right.
see it. So when you started talking about not being responsible for other people or other things or having, you told me I can be a control freak if I want.
Right.
Which I'm not. But to have the mindset to be responsible for everything around me is not my job.
Right.
And I really needed you to tell me that.
Right. Okay.
I needed somebody to tell me that.
That's not your job.
Like, girl, what are you doing? Like, you don't have to do everything. And so for most people, I'm the most reliable and the most dependable.
Right.
And when you are somebody who shows up you get used, you get taken advantage of, or you'll get people that help you and don't even speak to you anymore.
Right.
And so being told that I'm no longer responsible, it's kind of like, you know, when you're a child, you did something wrong and your parents say like, okay, you shouldn't do that. And you kind of like well up.
Right.
That's what it was.
Okay.
I was doing something
Right.
all my life.
Right.
And you came in and said, don't do that anymore.
Right.
And so the guilt came with that.
Right.
The doing, the showing up. Why
Right.
am I doing that?
Right.
And then now I have to deal with the acceptance of, no, it's actually not my responsibility.
It's not my responsibility.
And what life looks like for me now.
Right.
That I know.
Right.
It's not my responsibility.
Right. And so, in that, right, knowing that and acknowledging out loud to yourself and then to the person who's asking you to take on a duty, to be like, that's not my responsibility. Now I'm willing to help you with your responsibility in this. Kind of communicating to them that I'm only going to help you so far, because what I don't want you to do is halfway through this process, turn to me and give me your whole duty. Or why haven't you shown up? You know, it's like someone asking you for a ride to work, and then something like, let's say you have you take a person to work every day, but you got something going on in life that would make you you got to come out of your way to get to them. And so then, let's say you get to work, and then let's say they're a few minutes late, you're like, hey, my bad. Like, and they try to blow up on you, like, oh, they almost talking about, well, how'd you get to work today? Oh, my neighbor bring me, he comes this way every day. So wait a minute, I've been coming out my way to be responsible. I'm not responsible for you, you know, or I'll make something messy. You see your friend's lover out, and you like, hey, that don't look right. I'm letting you know I see you. I'm not gonna say nothing. You're like, you knew he was bugging around. Why'd you? That ain't my responsibility. I may help you in that, but it's not my responsibility. These things aren't my responsibility. Picking up the phone when you are in distress over some bullshit, it's not my responsibility. It's not, right? And so how we communicate those things may come off mean to people, right? Because like I said, it's a thankless job. And no one comes back and people don't even thank you with kindness. They don't say, they figure like, since you took on the responsibility, I don't have to be kind to you. Because you taking on a job that's mine, and when I do this job, I'm mean to myself. You know what? I'm not gonna be responsible for your shit, and you can't be mean to me. Right? And so that's awesome, right? Like I said, we kind of stumbled upon that myself, and I was at an event with a young lady, and so then I was like, here, use a blindfold. So then she was like, it's hard for me to let you tie me up. Like I say, I'm a control freak, and I can't see. And I was like, well, let me be responsible for this thing. You know, a responsibility for you. She's like, oh, I like that. Right? And so in like very like sexual intimacy spaces and things like that, I found that a lot of times women weren't put in positions where they could be comfortable with being responsible for their own pleasure. They gave that duty to somebody else. So I come around and say, okay, what things do you like? And they're like, I don't know. You don't know. How you a control freak? You don't know what you like. Oh, you just like being in charge of what to do. But you gotta learn to be responsible for things, right? And so, like you said, moving forward, learning to be responsible, learning to be what to be responsible for, right? And what that responsibility comes with. A saying, I got a lot of sayings. Right? A saying that I have, one of my life's mantras is, my goal is to only make decisions that I want to be responsible for.
Okay.
Because if I do that, ultimately, I will only make responsible decisions. Right? Now, that has done me well, but sometimes I'm like, the irresponsible decision was that I do that. Like we were doing, like thanking yourself. It's like sometimes the responsible thing was to let these people play in my face when I could have tore this shit up. Right? But I learned to repurpose my anger and tell people like, listen, what you're saying is very offensive. I'm going to communicate this to you in a way to let you know at this pace you continue that, we gonna be moving some furniture, and I'm gonna let you know to not speak to me that way. And for me, it's not about if I win this fight, I'm going to put pressure on you to understand this. I need change behavior. And if violence at an extreme level is how exchange behavior has to go, then we're going to do that until we either change how we treat each other or we're going to move around from each other. Right? So it's like
I'm the move around.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't like to fight, fuss, and argue.
Right.
I come from a space
Yeah.
like that. Growing up, a lot of yelling, screaming, name calling, backbiting, sort of thing. You know? And I'm a grown woman now. I don't have to subscribe to that. Like, I don't talk to a lot of people that I used to talk to anymore because they don't allow you to grow up and choose who you want to be. And when you're different from everybody else, you're kind of like you're outcasted a little bit.
Right.
So
in some casts you shouldn't be in. Right? And something I had to learn, right? Now I say to other people, like you look back, everyone has like an age where they look like when I was 25, I did this. Well, okay. Would you let your 25-year-old self run your life today?
Absolutely not.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
I would not. That girl
right.
didn't know what she was doing.
Right. She mismanaged 25.
Oh my goodness.
What good advice? He was like, shit, if I had your body, it's that. It's like, and so that's what we do a lot of times as well.
Yeah.
We allow the person we was to have say on this life, and they mismanaged that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the case may be, it's like, okay, I don't like this job. When I was young, I did. Would you let yourself right at this moment run your life? No, you wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? And so we
wet behind the ears still.
Yeah, right. Didn't even, man. I think you start saying, you start looking back like you don't know what you didn't know, right? So energetically and emotionally, sometimes you gotta look back after the moment and be like, I didn't even know that wasn't right. Like it was, like if you let's say you like I'm already an outcast, and so you living and doing things in a manner that's like this is already off the beaten path, and now I was doing some wild shit in a wild way, and there was a different way to do wild shit, right? And so once we started learning that and seeing it, right, we had those moments. So that's why I wrap all that up to say, that's why I kept poking at when you started crying, so I could see it. You were like. There was a moment where you was like, "It's one tear," and you trying not, and then I was trying not to. Let that go. And then you looked up at yourself, and I was like, "Fuck!" You saw yourself in the camera, and it was like, "Nah." Let it. Like while you looking at yourself, let it go for her, because in this moment, you asking yourself for forgiveness, and you're thinking and doing all these things, but this is not for you. It's for her, the person you've seen. Because later on, when you look at that video, it's going to seem and feel different, right? It's going to be like.
I feel like I could cry now.
Yeah, you want to go ahead. I'm not going to. Yeah.
What is going on?
Right, that's cool. That's awesome, right? That's awesome.
Yeah, let the tears flow.
Let them flow, right? And that's, here we go. We get raised in a way that makes it seem like crying, because people think only men are told not to cry. No.
Oh, women are told
not to cry too, right? And people are told not to cry. And we get to a point where it's like, I ain't gonna cry, ain't no punk. No. You know that crying is the most appropriate thing right now. That's the bravest thing you can do right now, because you have an experience that's bringing you to sadness enough to just like emote, like relief. You need to, if your body is saying, if you cry, we can get this out. Yeah. Cool, cry, right?
That's what part of this trip is. One of the reasons why I came by myself, so that I can grieve. Alone,
right?
You know, like without anybody watching,
right?
Having an opinion, or being like you should be over it, or you're too emotional. Like I've heard that all my life. You're just like your father. He's so emotional. I'm like
what? Like
I didn't know that I wasn't allowed
to be emotional.
I didn't. I didn't
know
him being emotional was a bad thing. Okay, great. So
he's so emotional.
Yeah, we're both emotional. Yeah, got it. And now he's not here, and so I am emotional. I'm emotional all the time.
But you get to be emotional because emotions are part of how you live. We live. We're not. It's not that we have your mood affects your life. No, your mood is part of your life. How you feel is a part of your life, right? And it's okay to be one, mood sad, just simply being sad, right? And so you spoke about grief. it's okay to grieve, right? Because grief has all the stages, but sometimes it's just that those moments where it's like, okay, for example, you need to call your father just for one little thing, right? It may be something. Maybe he's an Eagles fan. And you be like, he'd be mad as hell if he found out the Eagles drafted this dude, and then you hit you like, damn it, I can't call him. And it's like, and he can't call me. So you think of all the things that come, and it might not be, the tears may only last like one good, like, damn. Go get some dishes and throw that motherfucker down, some Florida Evans shit, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like on some Florida Evans shit, right? But the other part of grief is, like, I think that's important to be in tune to that emotion, because that sometimes in very good ways that emotion comes with a voice. And if you shut it off in those, like, you crying, like, you shouldn't be crying. You shut it off when you need it. When it's like you're doing something and you're doing something and that voice is like, yeah, that's the right thing to do. Like, or like you in that jam and you like, what would? And you like, if I was right there and tell you, flip a table. Flip a motherfucking table, right? Whatever that looks like, right? And it'd be like, you know,
so many times I should have flipped the fucking table.
Flip the fuck,
oh my.
Right.
When you was like, you showed up being nice when you should have showed up with knives and
you should have came
like,
by.
oh God, he's right.
Yeah, it's
no.
It's you know what I'm saying?
It's
It's like
true.
Yeah, it's like cool, or like, you know what I'm saying? It's like one of my, like, not on the level of your father, but one of my good friends, he like my brother, passed away, right? And so for about a good 2 or 3 months, I found myself, I say them quotes like they rap lyrics. It's like I say to people, one of my favorite one, like, he'll say, like, man, do it slow so we can do it some more. To calm yourself down, bro. Do it slow so you can do it some more, right? And so when
he used to say that.
Yeah, he'd be doing something. He'd be like, hey, you moving too fast, man. He's like, hey, do it slow so we can do it some more, right?
I like that.
You're moving fast, right? And so I realized, like, how many things he would say to me came to, like, that's the right way to go, right? Case in point, bigger case in point. A lot of this stuff you hear on the internet, like how to treat in relationships, I tell people, hey, I was raised, all the big boys around me, they didn't play like that. So I had the podcast conversations with, what would you, like, do you do 50-50? Niggas came to me, I was on some 50-50 shit as a young man out here hustling. Mama came to me and said, what are you doing? Like, my beeper going off. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, she trying to ask me for some money. That nigga said, call her. He said, if you don't call her, he said, let's say, whatever happened, if you don't call her, she gonna keep calling. And so then I called her, boom, like, what's up? She talking about, she need to have her, I'm telling her she need to have her half of the rent. And he was like, man, you sell dope. He was like, you mad about her not having the money, but just pay the whole thing. Cause ain't no 50, he's the first man to tell me, ain't no 50-50. He's like, if you pick somebody who can't help you, then you picked wrong. That's you. That's like, that's you. We using different words than me and you. He's like, hey, no, what you picked the fuck? But he was like, don't have nobody who can't support you and you can't support them. Sometimes he's like, it ain't never 50-50. It's 100%. And sometimes you gotta have 100%. And she might have 40%, but they ain't gonna the landlord ain't gonna put you halfway out, nigga. Y'all both gotta go.
Oh, yeah.
The lights don't get turned halfway off.
They don't.
You ain't gonna be like, I'm half hungry. No, you hungry. The kids gotta eat. You gotta get that money. So don't do that. So, well, okay, cool, right? And so in that grief, it's like sometimes I'll be like, damn, I did tell him I was gonna come see him. Then I can hear him say, oh, nigga, don't worry about it. It's not and so why that rambling is important, right? Is that, like, emoting, right? Once you start regulating your emotions, they fit in they are here to help us live our life. We live in a multi-dimensional life. It's more than just 3 and 4 dimensions. It's multi-dimensional all the ways, 360 degrees. So once you re-regulate that for what your life is right now, you're going to emote properly. And so then, as you feel, those feelings are communications in other ways. It's like, maybe this is a table flipping moment. Not that you should flip the table, but pay attention to the fact that you're in this space and you feel like flipping tables.
Yeah.
Wrap this business up as fast as can. You know, if you don't belong, don't belong. right? Wrap this shit up, right? And so once again, I told you about doing rope, and I started to feel emotionally. I pull up a 9 o'clock, right? So now when I talk to other veterans, and I'm looking at them, we exchange information, and I'm hearing them hesitate not to stop them. I was like, 1, you bullshit. 2, you are worse off than you were before we deployed. You went to a war zone. You did some different things. Your body's totally different. You ran off emotion and like adrenaline to a point where you stop running on adrenaline and you just running. That's not right. That's not a way to be. We shouldn't be that way in our regular lives, right? And people tell you like people want to regulate our emotions, right? So I believe that when people say to men that men aren't allowed to emote, and that's not true. What is true, what happens to us, it happens to black women as well as so people, right? To black folks. What people try to do is give you a timeline for how long you can feel something. Yeah. So let's say that you are studying to get a degree of certification to get past this thing. Let's say that's taking you 5 years. You're supposed to only celebrate that for 1 hour or however. You're supposed to be happy about that thing for however long you want to. Whenever you want to be happy, be happy. Shit, if you want to put your clothes on, wear a cap and gown and get motherfucking some juice.
Walk to the market.
Hell yeah, what are you talking about? Why you wearing your cap and gown?
Because I want to.
I graduated. When did you go? You graduated today? That's 5 months ago. Why you graduating? Wow. Because I changed my life to get this accomplishment. Right? I changed my life. I just get to be happy when I want to, how I want to. Right? The flip side of that is true. Is, in this case, your father's been in your life your entire life up to the moment he passed away. Right? You had him on this physical plane. That's not, getting past that is not going to be 2 Sundays, repast, and 15 people calling and texting you. No. If you want to be around me, you got to be around me. I may start crying. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is the most important man in my life. You think that, no, give me that moment. Because if you were, so people say to us, and we take on the responsibility of, I'm a ride or die. We'll drive this motherfucker while I'm crying. Because if I called you over here to do some bullshit, you would run over here.
Down, quick.
Be ready to do some bullshit.
All the time.
And I don't need you to do nothing. I need you to just sit over here while I cry.
Yep.
If you're going to go with some Kleenex, get the Kleenex.
Most people are not going to do that.
Right. And so here we go. That's all it is. Right? And so thank you for having that moment with me. Thank you for being that vulnerable. Right? That's cool. That's right.
Thank you for pulling it out.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did the rope feel? Hold on one second. Let me make this record. Battery low. Where the low battery at? Okay. How did the actual rope feel?
It's soft.
Okay.
It's really soft. I wasn't anticipating it being soft.
Okay.
From what I've seen, either like on the internet or the one book that I have, the rope is it's lighter in color.
Probably jute,
it's
like a brown, like a tan.
Yeah, tan.
Probably jute.
And I felt that before, and I was like, this doesn't feel very good. So your ropes feel very nice. They're very soft.
Okay.
Really comfortable. Communication top notch.
Okay. And yours too.
Yeah, the check-in was very necessary. I think it was at one point I was like, oh, I need to lift my head up.
Right. You were like, I'm good. Right.
So, incredible experience, to be really honest. Like, this is, I think more people should do this.
Okay.
I think they should give themselves permission to do it.
Okay. And that's, I think more people should give themselves more permission to do it. With me, preferably.
Yes.
But I understand, right? And so, the good thing, though, about having this kind of experience, having just specifically doing the rope, right? Being tied up, being suspended at this level, right? It gives you a good starting point to move forward, right? So, like I was asking you, like, what things would you do differently or say differently? What would you tell yourself moving forward? Now, if you, let's say you look to seek out somebody, it's like, yeah, there are people who, whether their rope is tying is better than mine or not, whether their whole presentation is mine, good, better, and different, you have a base.
I do, yeah.
And you can say, okay, this is how Solomon did it. This is what he did. Okay, this is how that's going to look different and be different. you know what? I didn't ever think to ask Solomon that because I had never done it, but I'm gonna ask you though. Oh, I haven't been following you for 12 years. Here we go. Let me ask
You're
you.
the only rigger that I follow. I don't
That's
follow
funny.
any other
That's
riggers.
awesome. Hey, I'm selfish. I like it.
I don't follow anybody else that's doing this.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so that's beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a compliment.
I'm like, you know, this, even with it just being black and brown and doing kink work, there's like a stigma around it. Even for black women, it's like, well, why are you doing that? Are you some type of freak or weirdo? Like my college boyfriend, we dated for like 6 years, and right at the like prime of our relationship, 50 Shades of Grey came out. So I'm reading it and I'm telling him all these things I want to do and stuff, and he looked at me and he was like, what's wrong with you? And so many people do that.
Right.
We do it to each other, right? Like there's this space where it's like, well, if it's not intercourse, I don't want to be bothered.
Right.
But there are so many other things that you can do.
Right.
Like this was fun for me.
Right.
I could see if I did this with a partner how it can be more intimate and romantic and could lead to intercourse. So I'm probably going to end up being some type of advocate.
Okay. That's cool. That's awesome.
Because it's really freeing.
Okay.
It's really freeing to trust somebody.
Yeah.
If you're originally a stranger, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, you're tying me, I'm standing on my 2 feet, and then you start lifting me. And I'm like, okay, here's where it gets interesting.
Right.
And I just let go, and I just trusted you.
Right.
And that felt really good.
Okay.
It's not often that you can just let yourself go and be suspended in the air. Sort of like a bird.
Like a bird,
yeah,
right,
like a bird.
You took to it, being up.
Oh, I love that. That was my favorite part.
Yeah.
Once you got me up there, I was like, oh yeah, I'm good.
Right.
This is the moment.
Okay.
I was like, I don't want to come down. Wait.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm trying to think what else. What else? Anything else you guys?
Just the overall experience. The before, you know, we talked on the phone, did the consultation. When I came here, wonderful greeting, like doing the interview to start, and then we get to work, and then now we're closing out. Start to finish, really good.
Okay, thank you very much.
Job well done.
Thank you very much. I work on it, and I'm improving it every day, and I get, you know, it's like.
Keep going.
Yeah, thank you. And so, ideally, I would like to not do it at my actual home because it's my home.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah. And so, but the flip side of that is, I'm allowed to, okay, you're coming into my home, and we're going to treat you this way while you're here. And that's awesome, right?
Yeah.
I get to use it, like I say, I just be picking like that.
This is a dope spot, I'm telling you. Like, the scenery is perfect.
So that, for me, it was important moving here, and like I say, paying the rent we pay, right? It was important for it to feel like I was in Arizona. The other place looked like Arizona, but this whole experience, this place feels like the backyard. It feels like, okay, if you're gonna work as hard as you work and do the things you do financially, it should feel good and comfortable.
It should, yes, it should.
And so the flip side is if you, like say for example, you're coming here, the studio I had before here was good, but it didn't have this feeling. I didn't have a backyard at the studio. At the other house, it didn't. The backyard looked desolate. You just walk back there like, no, this ain't shit. Here it's like, oh, this is like.
So you would want a studio and to be able to recreate what you have here?
Ideally, yes. If I can have like, if a person can come and we have an outdoor space like this, that'd be great, right?
Yeah.
But if not, that's still cool. But it's a separate space where it can be some level of comfort, right? Because the feeling that you will get indoors would have been totally different.
Different, yeah.
Right? But here, if the wind's blowing,
this is great.
This is awesome, right? And then, so imagine if you'd have come last month. I don't know what the weather was in Philly.
Oh, it's freezing.
Right. So
freezing
imagine
cold.
you to come here. Well, how's it now? It's like this cold.
I left yesterday. It was like 75.
Okay, right. So
yeah, excuse me, it's warming up.
Yeah. So, but so ideally, I'm trying to target people to come when, like, in the winter when it's cold back home.
Okay.
So it might be 50 when you get here, but it ain't 12, right? If the sun's out, and I pop the little heater on and you spin around like this.
Yeah.
You get to, and hopefully I'm express like you get to live in a different way. You get to vacation in your mind. So you look at the video, you're like, look at me.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, y'all watch. We gonna take care of each other. Y'all be good. Simon Abrams, Greystone Dojo. Y'all be good to each other.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Stay back.